Hey, hi, hello. Welcome to Bakes in a Box, the podcast where we talk about baking, business, and being functional adults, even when we don't want to.
This podcast gives you fly-on-the-wall access to conversations that two busy entrepreneurs would have on a regular basis. A little bit of whinging, a little bit of whining, and also some helpful tidbits to use on your baking journey.
Find out how two best friends ended up running businesses just down the street from each other. From baking and making the things we love to how to navigate the cutthroat wedding industry. We cover it all.
It's time for another episode of Bakes in a Box. Let's get into it. Okay, so after really cool
Yay.
sound music, is that... I wonder if we can...
Wow, we'll have to be careful. Like, it picks up everything.
I will want to be able to touch the table, though,
Right.
Don't you think? That seems...
Maybe if you bring it down in sensitivity a little bit. It's too far.
too far.
I think it's too far.
It's too far.
Yeah, because we're going to want to
touch things.
sensitive.
We'll have to mess a little bit, but for me...
No, I think that's good. I don't have as many waves as you do.
You don't, but I'm also... You can change the angle of your microphone
Oh, that's probably what it is.
if you'd like. Ooh, ooh, ooh,
There
ooh.
we go. That's better.
Pring prong, pring prong, pring prong. You just tap your microphone.
I was just trying to see like if I will definitely be hitting my face on this. So I just want to make sure.
You'll be bumping.
I'll be.
Stop! Not the breathing. Golly.
This is very cool.
It is kind of cool. Okay, cool. So also, do you want to see some things that they have here?
Yes.
We can enhance.
Okay.
And so like you've just gotten much louder. So this is your radio voice.
Oh. Downtown Kitchener is seeing a lot of traffic at the moment.
Okay.
Clean. Why do I breathe so heavy?
I think if you just angle your microphone down a little bit, it might not catch your nose air.
I know, sorry. I think I pressed a button. My doctor told, my dentist told me that I'm a mouth breather.
Oh no.
I was like, that's a dragon? That's very insulting. But
Dragon. Genuinely, mouth breathers are my least favorite kind of people. So sorry.
no, yeah. I think she meant when I'm sleeping. I don't close my mouth when I sleep. Apparently they can tell that just by looking in your mouth. It's very weird.
Probably because it's
Full of bacteria.
dry. I was
many
gonna
bacteria.
say dry.
Bacteria.
Okay, well it's fine. It's fine. You don't smell like a mouth breather. Is that,
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try not to be a mouth breather during the day.
Is that a kind thing to say? It's like, well, you don't smell like a mouth breather. You might look like a mouth breather.
Oh, good.
But you don't smell like
I
a
would
mouth
rather look
breather.
like a mouth breather than smell. Like there's nothing worse when like you're with somebody and they smell bad.
Ooh.
You can't think of anything else other than how they smell.
I can say very little. I don't like that.
You don't like that in here?
No, it was already like Peaky Blinders.
Bright.
What if we just do warm?
Warm. Ooh, it's the mood.
Wait, Jess, do you want to be warm as well?
Yes, make me warm too.
Make me warm. Funny. Neither one of us wants to be clean. I feel like we're gonna have to change your mic positioning. Do you see how close I am?
Yes.
I want that for you. Don't move your chair.
No,
That's why. That's why we have arms. So if you
Okay.
if at your base, if
Yeah.
you loosen your little roly boy and then you can turn your microphone toward just a little. Do you know what I mean? It sounds like you're playing a guitar. So this boy here,
Yeah.
loosen
Okay,
him
I loosen that.
and then turn the actual thing.
Turn it. Okay.
So it's closer to you, and then like sit comfortably. Find a position in which you are comfortable. We will have to get pillows because these are just
cute
wooden dining chairs, which like I'm here for.
Hey, I'm fine. Probably like bring a blanket.
We can
Why
bring
do I
blankets.
feel like yours is still so much lower than mine?
Probably because it is. So mine, you see how your pole is straight up? Mine's not that. I don't remember what I had to loosen.
I don't know how I feel like I'm gonna break it if I try to. Oh, I'm just weak as.
No, you're not weak.
There we go. I don't want to break anything, you know?
Okay, but we just got it. So if it broke, we would just send it back.
Just send it back. It came this way.
Are we? Hello, hi. I'm Amazon. I know it looks like this has been manhandled, but it's not been. It's actually you guys and not us.
It's a you problem, not an us problem.
It's you.
Oh, this is much better. I feel a lot more comfortable.
Do you feel comfortable? You were.
Yeah. I was straight back.
Uncomfortable, but you didn't look comfortable.
Yeah. I wasn't really feeling comfortable.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad we're in a place where we both feel comfortable.
This feels good.
This feels so good. Oh, it feels so good.
Hey.
Oh, wow. That was actually out of the box.
We got that set up. Well, mainly you. You knew what you were doing.
No.
Set up really fast.
I watched
less than 20 minutes.
You
watched
YouTube
a lot of videos. Yes, you did. You did a lot of research for us. I did absolutely nothing. I was like, I'll bring lights.
You did bring lights.
I did bring lights.
They're stunning. We set up one.
We did.
We set up one light and she's over there.
And it worked. I just wanted to make sure. Well, I'm going to have to get some extension cords for it.
Do you think? Because we can probably move our little box boy closer to us.
We can, yeah. I'm just trying to figure out where the best place for it would be.
Underneath the table.
I agree.
Yeah. Because then we can have like sneaky wire this way, sneaky wire that way, and then be all good. Are we supposed to be filming this? Technically, yes. Are we though? No. But you know what? The videos can come.
Videos can come.
They can come at a later date. We're gonna. I love that we just waited. We're like, let's get it out first. We're like, and then we took a normal photo. Anyway, I love that for us. Okay, wait, we don't look so nerdy.
Yeah, we look super cute.
We're in a basement. Somebody stole us.
Hey.
I love this for us. My God. Okay, so I enrolled in a class on podcasting.
Ooh, okay.
It was like 2 terms ago. I completed no assignments.
Oh.
But I downloaded all of the course materials.
Hey, well, there we go.
And they have, what is it called? Plan. Oh, you love those plosives. Anyway, plan.
Peer planning.
Plan, record, edit.
Oh, post.
I was like, distribution. Like, what is it?
We're a warehouse.
What is it called? We are a warehouse. We're a warehouse of podcast things. That's what it is.
Yes.
Plan, record, edit, distribution. Editing will be interesting. Okay, so the really cool thing, we are not sponsored by anyone yet.
That's right.
I guess we'll have to work on that. We're a Canadian podcast as well. Just want to make that clear that we're in Canada.
Yes.
So monetizing a podcast is not as easy as one would think because all of the services that do monetization only work in
the US.
America. The United States of America.
Yeah.
One thing that you're going to have to get used to, Jess and I will probably talk over each other a fair amount.
Yeah, we will do that.
We'll do our best not to.
When there's something in my head that I really want to say, I have to say it like right away because there's nothing that enrages me more when I think about, I really wanted to say that thing to Lenore. I really wanted to talk about that and I didn't.
Yeah.
And I know it comes off as rude, but I don't know how to stop it. I don't know how not to do it.
Okay, so listening back to our previously recorded episode, which I have done maybe 4 or 5 times now.
Same. It makes me laugh so hard.
People are like, yeah, well, you're going to have to, like cut down when you go on tangents. And I'm like, wait, but
our tangents are the best though.
Our tangents are our entire conversation.
Yeah.
We started and we spoke about Patreon and what we would have to do to start a Patreon. And then we talked about everything else under the sun. And in the last 2 minutes, I'm like, yes, we'll work on setting up that Patreon. Out of nowhere.
We came roundabout. Just look, if you're looking for a podcast in which it's going to be organized and well researched, you are in the wrong place. This is not what this is about.
No, we'll have research. It's mostly going to be life experience.
I'm not, pulling stuff out of my butt, just making stuff up. But I'm just saying,
I can't say the same.
If you're, if you're looking for a podcast that's just,
if you're looking to be like, I can cite this as a source in my college paper, don't
do that.
Don't do that.
It's not recommended really for
0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. Okay, but like let's think about this. Okay. When we think about Bakes in a Box,
right?
The podcast. What
does it mean?
What does it mean? What's our mission and vision?
I think our mission is to just, for us personally, to have like a little outlet for each other, to kind of talk about like our business and also our everyday life. Because I think there are a lot of people out there that you know, maybe in the same boat
Yeah.
as us, and having somebody that, you know, can share those feelings. You don't feel so alone. you
Yeah.
know? And I think that's why, like, meeting you and like we can relate so much to each other. It's like, oh, I'm not the only one that's kind of dealing with those struggles. And
What if we're doing it wrong? Everybody else
is doing
right.
it right? Well, share it then. Share how you're just doing everything.
Yeah. If you're
Right.
listening to this and you're like,
Yeah.
huh, those folks
Yeah.
are not, they are not doing the things in
Yeah.
the ways that they should be. Tell us.
Yeah. Tell us, please.
I'll
share.
never be mad. I'll never be
Email
upset.
is bakesinabox@gmail.com.
It's actually
Sorry.
bakes in a box pod.
Sorry, bakes in a box. Bakes in a box pod.
Wait, did we choose the wrong name?
I don't even know. I thought it was just bakes in a box.
It's not. It's bakesinaboxpod@gmail.com.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to know why?
Mm.
There are many a company called Bakes in a Box.
Really?
Obviously, I can't drop the phone on the table. I know that now.
We'll have to get some like mats or something that
Oh
can,
my
when you put it
gosh.
down, it'll absorb the sound.
Yeah. Oh, look at you. Audio treatment.
Hey.
Okay. We can find those. A little mouse pad or
She doesn't know a lot,
something.
but she knows a little.
She knows a lot about a little. We'll say that. We'll say that. That's fine. You can know a lot about a little. That's not bad at all. My dad gets so mad every time. I'm just like, why are men? And he's like, Lenore, stop. I'm like, no, it's fine. Or I say, men are trash. Not you, Dad.
Not your dad. Because you're not a man. You're our dad.
Yeah, you're a dad.
You're a dad.
Dads are not trash, right? Fathers might be trash.
Fathers are trash. Dads are not trash.
Yeah. I really think that there's a difference.
There's a
there.
huge difference. There's a huge difference.
This is not a husband bashing podcast.
It will be mostly though.
Good. But the reality is, Jess and I are both blessed
We are.
to be partnered with
We are.
incredible men who
Supportive
get on
men.
super supportive men who just happen to occasionally get on our last frayed nerve.
Yes.
And therefore, you know, gotta say some stuff to him about it.
And honestly, I'd rather rant about it on a podcast and to a friend than to my husband.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
it goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, and you know, you never want to be a nag. I did not grow up and be like, when I grow up, I want to be a nag to my husband.
Yeah.
That's not what I want.
No.
That's not what I want. You're annoyed hearing me talk about something. Guess what? Me too. Me
Yeah.
too, same.
I'm listening to myself as
Yes,
well.
exactly.
I don't want to have to waste the very little energy that I have. I don't want to waste it on arguing with you about the same thing
I don't
all
wanna
the
fight.
time. Yeah.
I don't want to fight. It's just what happens. But yeah, that's us. That's us. So what's the podcast going to be about? We're going to chat about our businesses. We're going to chat about our lives.
Share stories.
Share stories. If you have been a trash customer, beware, you're about to get raised on this podcast. Just kidding.
But also if you did something, you did something. Like
Now's the time to send flowers. We also send
now is the
accept
time
donations.
to apologize.
You can e-transfer us. It's auto deposit.
No password required.
I have no expectations in that it's like, oh, we show up and we're gonna talk about what it's like to be an entrepreneur in the middle of a pandemic for 20 minutes. But we're probably gonna talk
Oh,
about
definitely will.
what it's like to be an entrepreneur in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And obviously there are like different paths to entrepreneurship. I happen to start my business from scratch. And you happen to take over for someone
Yeah.
who had a decades long career, which also comes with its own set of challenges.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, okay, fine. You didn't pick your colors and come up with your name and choose your font. But everyone's like, well, so-and-so used to do it this way.
Exactly.
So-and-so used
Exactly.
to do it this way. It's like, I can't explain to you that so-and-so is not here anymore. They are gone. They're still with us, but they're gone.
They haven't passed on.
No.
They've just moved on
Right.
to a different stage
And
of
it's
their
like, yeah,
life.
I'm the person that's in charge here now. Like, well, you shouldn't change anything. But it's my business, right? And as an entrepreneur, like the reason that you set something up is so that you can do what it is that you want to do.
Yep. And the way that you want to do things so that you feel like, you know, it's also yours. And that's the way that it should be when you're running a business, is that you're doing things that you're passionate about
Yep.
and things that you care about, or else you're not going to be successful. You're not going to be able to go in every day and, sacrifice a lot of things.
Everything. Sacrifice everything in order to make other people happy.
Yeah.
And the craziest part is people are like, well, you run your own business, just take a Saturday off. Yeah. Okay. I run my own business, but I'm still in the hospitality industry. Something that hospitality is well known for is having terrible, unsociable hours.
Yeah.
We still work those terrible, unsociable hours because guess what? That's when y'all are gathering. Stop having your birthday parties on Saturday afternoon then.
Yeah. How about you have it on a Wednesday?
Wednesday morning.
That would
Why
be
not?
lovely.
Exact.
Yeah.
Exact. But you're not gonna because you're busy.
Yeah.
Cool. So then when we're busy on what is equivalent to our Wednesday or our Thursday, which is sometimes Saturday, there needs to be grace for us for that. And I have some friends who don't get that.
They don't understand.
Well, I'm busy all the other times that you're free.
I'm aware.
Same.
I'm aware. I'm
Same.
busy all the times that
That you're free. Same. We're in the
Yeah.
same boat. So we
Yeah.
have to figure this out somehow if we want to be friends. It's not to say that, I'm going to drop all my friends that work at 9 to 5. That's not it. There are some friends who are understanding. Oh, it's the middle of wedding season and you do have 7 weddings to deliver in 3 days. That seems like a lot. It is. It is a lot. Thank you for acknowledging that. That's very kind of you.
I have had to explain to my friends as well, is that if you text me or you message me, if I don't get back to you right away, it's not because I don't love you anymore. It's because I do not have the mental energy to send a 5-second text.
Yeah.
Because whatever you're talking about, or even if you're just saying hi, I feel all of these complex feelings like, I really haven't talked to her or him in a while, and now I feel like a bad friend, and what should I talk about, and I should engage for longer. So it's not just a quick text that you can send back. It becomes emotionally draining, which just do not have the mental capability for.
Wait, are we the same person?
We are the same person. We are both Cancers.
Yeah, it's true. That's where the emotional and complex issues come from.
I have too many feelings all the time. We're both Cancers, but we're both different moons, I think.
Are we both different
I
moons?
think we're both different moons.
Is it because I played sports growing up and you
And I
didn't?
did not. Just in gym class in grade 8, just by bouncing the basketball to each other, I broke my finger. I broke my middle finger. People see me at my height and assume that I'm this great sports athletic person, and then they see me do any kind of physical activity for more than 2 minutes and they go, oh, never mind.
She's just tall.
Never mind. She's just here to reach the top shelf, and that is.
And we love that
No,
for you.
it's very.
We love that for you.
Thank you.
We appreciate
Thank
your
you.
tallness, your ability to reach the top shelf, your ability to see over large groups of people.
I can find people super fast.
I see them like, what? They got 5 miles an hour. Like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
No, truly. But also, in addition to just not having the emotional capacity to sit down and craft a text message, we also work with our hands.
Yes.
So I don't have my phone on me when I'm working, and you send a message, and even if my mind at that time is not occupied because I'm doing something that requires such little mental capacity, like icing cookies or making Pop-Tarts or decorating a cake, when you get in the swing of things and you're thinking about, I'm thinking all day long about random things, about not random things, whatever. I am not going to wash my hands, pick up my phone,
And
respond
reply.
to your text message,
Yeah.
wash my hands again, and go back. I'm going to spend all day washing my hands and no time actually working.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to communicate on my phone. If you want, you can call me. I tell people that all the time. I'll put little earbuds in and I'll have a 2-hour conversation with you while I am doing something with
Doing
my hands,
something.
because
Yeah.
that's passive for me. That's no problem. Will you be able to hear me all the time? No, because I'll be washing dishes and I'll be turning the mixer on and blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that. If you don't care, I don't care.
Yeah.
And if you care, I still don't care because I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm happy to have a 2-hour conversation, but I will not text you back. And every time I open my phone, which I also work from, it is reminding me of the 900 emails I have to reply to. Oh, I should have taken this photo. Oh, I've not posted this on social media yet. Oh, here's this email that just came in. It is so easy to get waylaid. And what is supposed to be fun communicating time with my friends quickly devolves into work. So if I just don't look at my phone and just do what's in front of me, all good.
Yeah.
It's all good for me. I'm so happy to do it. So happy to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I always try to explain that I feel like I have 100 tabs open all the time in my brain.
Yeah.
And I'm just constantly shuffling through them between, oh, I have to go and get groceries. Oh, I also have to get this for the shop. Oh, we've run out of paper towels for the shop, so I need to also go and get those. Oh, I still have to finish that order. I haven't answered any emails yet. Mike needs me to do this. I need to get the oil changed on the car. I need to make sure that I get done at 3:00 because I have to go and pick up Oliver. Did I remember a change of clothes in his backpack this morning? No, I probably forgot. So it's like my brain is constantly going all the time. And it's exhausting.
It's worse for you because you have a kid.
Yeah. I really threw another nut into that mix.
It's worse for you because you have a kid. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be home until 9:00. James is like, I guess I'll sort something out for dinner.
Yeah, you will.
Very good.
Yeah, you will.
Very good. Thank you so much. Do you want me to make something for you? I don't care. If you feel compelled to make something for both of us, I love that. I love that. Well, what do you want? Nope. That's not the conversation we're having.
Yeah, Mike won't. I know that if I'm working late, there won't be dinner to come home to unless I specifically ask him to make dinner. Even with Oliver, my son, like Mike's on a meat diet right now, so all he eats is meat. Yeah, he's still on the meat diet.
Wow.
A carnivore diet is what they call it. So all
the meat
diet. So all he eats is meat, and then he'll just make something small for Oliver, and I'll come home like, cool. So I'm starving.
Yeah.
Right now,
just be hungry. Cheese and crackers.
Cheese and cracker. Girl dinner.
Yeah.
Girl dinner.
Always gotta have some cheese and crackers in the house.
Yeah.
What did I eat for? Oh no, this is terrible. Friday night, I had to work a double, so I worked at the shop baking all the things, and I had to go to the shed because people were training all day long. So I don't know, got to the shop at like 6 a.m. left for the shed at like 9 a.m. got to the shed at 9:30. Actually, I was late because I was finishing cakes. So got to the shed at 10:30.
Oh my goodness.
It was fine. She did fine. And then was there until like 6. Went back to the shop because I had to make sure that we had everything for breakfast pies for Saturday morning. And I cooked up some taco beans because that's what the breakfast pie was. It was like peppers, onions, black beans, taco seasoning. The cheese is already shredded. Woot. Thanks, friends. And I was like, cool, I'm going to eat a spoon of these beans. I'm like, yeah, this is yum. Part 1 of dinner. Part 2 of dinner. Oh, I have some sour watermelons here. I'm going to eat some sour watermelons. I'm like, oh, I got to shred some cheese. I'm going to eat some cheese.
What our stomach must be. What are you sending me? You haven't eaten all day.
Yeah.
And it's just this mishmash of whatever. Yeah. There are days where I just survive on cake scraps.
Oh man, sometimes.
And maybe some fruit if I'm lucky.
Fruit?
I know. I'm really living it up sometimes with some fruit. Yeah.
I've been toting around the same container of grapes from Costco for about 6 days now. Have they been in the fridge? No. I just take out a little bunch, wash them.
Now, whether it's actual fruit or it's fruit candies, I mean, I keep them in the same category.
Those are the same. They say 25%
Fuzzy
real
peaches?
fruit.
Peaches.
Well,
Cherry blasters? Those are cherries.
Those same sour watermelon slices that I left on the counter when I got back in the morning, and I had not eaten breakfast because it was, just before 6 a.m. and I had left just before 11. So I went home and came back within, 7 hours. All good. It's fine. And I spent an hour driving, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And then you have to shower, brush your teeth, sleep, all of that.
By the time you actually fall asleep too, it can take 20 minutes, half an hour.
Yep.
Fall asleep.
Yep. And I came back in the morning and I was like, I see you, sour watermelon. And I ate some.
I see you.
I ate some. And my mom came in at 8:30 and I'm just piddling around and I'm eating these sour watermelons because I had to go back to the shed and do another double.
Right.
Because still training people. And she's like, what are you eating? A sour watermelon candy. And she's like, it's 8:00 in the morning.
It's not about eating. It's about survival.
I was like, well, first of all, I've been eating these for 2 hours. So 8:00 in the morning, who knows?
Yeah.
That's much better than 5:47, isn't it? But that's when the first one went down. So what are you going to do?
Right.
What are you going to do? Nothing. I'm going to eat. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to drink some water so I'm not hangry. All of these little snackety snack moments is to is to preserve my relationship with everyone else.
It's just to save people from
Hangry.
my wrath.
Yeah. I don't want to be hangry.
Yeah.
You think I enjoy it? And then when people start to catch on, like my dad will sometimes I'll respond to my dad in a way that's not very kind. And he'll just look at me. He'll be like, "Are you hungry?"
Yes. Oh, yes.
I am, but that's rude. I am, but that's rude. I can't just be mad. I can't be justified in my anger. I must be hungry.
And now I'm upset because you said that.
I must be hungry. That's why I'm acting like this. At first, I'm not hungry. I'm just upset. And I'm valid in my upsetness because this is a valid thing to be angry about. I'm not just picking something to be mad about because I'm hungry. Yeah, he's never asked me if I'm hungry again. Or actually he has just been like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. I went out and I happened to buy this burger for you because I'm vegetarian. So it could never be for me. He's never like, oh, I bought some, do you want some? He's like, no, I don't eat this. You eat this.
Yeah.
Like, here, you should eat this. I'm like, I don't want it. And he'd be like, okay. And he'll just leave it there. I'm like,
oh, well, I kind of want it now.
Look, food. I'm hungry. Yeah.
I think my husband has realized the hangry situation and how it can get to like DEFCON 5. And like we'll be out. We went out shopping and we were looking for new flooring for the house. So we had to go to Home Depot first, and then we were going to go to Costco.
Oh yeah.
And even before we left the house, I said, "Listen, I am starving right now, so I want to go and get food first. I want to go to Costco and get them hot dogs."
Yeah, we love a Costco hot dog.
We love a Costco hot dog. And then I'll be able to focus without raging on anybody as long as I eat first. So we're going down Gateway, and what does he do? He pulls into Home Depot first.
No, and that one doesn't even have a sausage stand out front.
It doesn't. I saw red. And I said to him, I'm like, you have 10 minutes in Home Depot. I set a timer on my phone. And he could tell, like, as we were looking at the flooring, he's like, what do you think about this one? I'm like, fine. I don't. It's all good. It's
Choose
fine.
Whatever.
It's great. I know I don't like that one. And I started just being so short. I couldn't say more than like 2 words. Yeah. And he's like, all right, we'll go. And I'm like, I warned you.
Thank you so much.
Do not come at me as you're shocked. I warned you that this was going to be an issue.
Needed a snack. I said it before we left the house, and now that we're out of the house, I said it.
He calls me. He loves referring to me as like other rodents, like other types of animals that always wind up being some kind of rodent or like
a little bunny rabbit. That's
no,
cute.
not cute, like a rat.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because he's like, you're such a little pack rat because I'll keep like little stores of food. Nothing that's gonna, go bad, but like little bags of candy and chips. Like I'll keep them beside the couch, or they'll be like in my middle console of the car. They're in my purse. Yep. They're by the bed because I have to have immediate access to food
if I need it. If I need a snack.
Stop me from losing my ever loving mind.
Yeah,
because I will. Thank you so much.
I support it. I just you said in my center console, and I'm like, I do have a pack of cookies right now. I do have a pack of cookies in there right now. Man, they were, those chocolate coated digestive cookies.
Oh, those are so good.
Okay, so I got these ones from the UK when I was there last, a couple months ago. But the center console of your car gets like hot.
Oh no, did it all melt?
And then it was cold those couple of days,
they all
right?
stuck together.
So they all stuck together, and like great. I couldn't get them apart. So instead, I don't know if this is a point of pride. I'll tell the story. So instead, I just nibbled at the whole log like a little cob of corn.
There's absolutely no judgment from here. I had a bag of those Skittle gummies.
Oh yeah.
So I had that in my center console, and we had a crazy hot day.
Yeah.
And it all melted into one giant Skittle gummy. So I was just like, So I opened it up and I just shoved it.
Yeah.
And I just ate it.
Yeah.
Like one giant.
It could be
gummy.
It's a giant gummy worm at that point. Do you know what I mean? It's like a giant gummy worm, a giant gummy frog. It's a giant whatever you have to say. But the reality is, I'm not going to throw it away.
I'm not wasting that food. Inflation, man. Groceries are expensive.
Groceries, candy is expensive. You're right. Every time I see a sale, it's like, like 3 for $7 something or $2.49 each. I'm like, I should probably just buy the 3. I
Yeah.
don't have to eat them all at this time.
No,
But just to have
them. You gotta have those deals. I love a deal.
just gotta have them.
Yes.
My God. I love this for us. I love this for us. Okay, so let's think about our plan of action here as it comes upon a time of the morning. It's not even that early.
It's not.
Or late. It's in the middle of the morning. We'll say that.
Yeah.
I have a meeting at 11. Anyway.
So do I.
Okay, great.
Like I'll have to leave at 11.
Yeah.
But I think, when we get into our like real first episode,
I reckon
think
we can do 2 a morning. Do you?
Absolutely. Absolutely we can. Our first real one is, talking about ourselves.
Yep.
And
Oh, wait. Let me write this down.
Yeah.
I mean,
just introducing ourselves. So
could
that
I
people
listen back
know.
to it as well? Sure. I could. Sure. I could. But wait, I got to write this down or else we have no record of it. Or else we'll have no record of it if I don't write it down.
As the computer.
If I don't write this down, I'll have no record of it. Okay. All right. First. Okay. Okay. So first of all, I think we have 2 bonus episodes.
Yes.
This one
Mm-hmm.
and the one before,
Yes.
Okay. I'm like, KPL and basement
Yes.
setup. Yeah, we recorded a basement. It's cute though.
It's cute.
It will be cute when we paint the wall and put
The
up
wall just needs to be
signs.
painted and put up a sign and the lights and everything like that. It'll be really cute.
Yeah, James is like, "Are you gonna sand it?" I'm like, "Nope."
Nobody's gonna see that. It will be fine.
It's gonna be just like TV, right? Where like nothing's really perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's just done.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're not going for perfect. We're going for done.
And at first we were just going to do this podcast, and then I was like, we should record it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
adding way more.
Let's
to our...
put a video on it. Well, the beautiful thing about this, again, we're not sponsored. Focusrite Bowcaster 2 is that as long as you have a TPRS or something, TRSP, whatever, a 3mm, but it has two lines on it. So 3. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You can put. Talking a lot about nothing. You can put your camera directly to the sound.
Okay.
So it syncs it.
Amazing.
So you don't have to do any like syncing work
Yeah, that would be a headache.
because
for sure.
it's already done it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, eventually you'll figure out how to edit that on Clipchamp or something. And then I'm just saying all the names. I have a Mac now, so maybe we can edit videos on that.
So fancy. It's so
Listen, I had a Mac for 10 years.
Right.
In university, and I loved it. And then when I moved back from New Zealand, I was like, okay, I should probably get like another laptop. And at the time, Macs were so expensive
Right.
for like no reason. I got a really good deal. It was like a MacBook Pro, and at that time it had 8 gigs of RAM, and like increased storage and all this stuff. Thank you, University of Waterloo store, for having that promo. And the Apple Store for matching it. Appreciate you. So I had that. It worked for 10 years. It was great. And then when I came back from New Zealand, I was like, wow, MacBook Pros are like $2,700. I'm like, nah, I didn't pay this much 10 years ago. This seems crazy to me. And so I got a Lenovo Yoga, actually. And I love her. She's great. But then now to do creative things on a Windows machine is really challenging, but it's really easy on a Mac, i.e. recording with no issues not with no issues, but a little bit of setup, and then recording with no issues in GarageBand, and then also having the capacity to edit video if we want to, and I don't have to buy any additional software. Okay, fine. This time I was happy to splurge on this MacBook Air, which I thought I would never get, but alas, here we are. And so now we can edit things. With what time? I don't know. I don't know what time I'm going to use to edit, but it'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
And also, Rachel loves us.
Rachel does love us. She'll help us with the social media too and all that kind of stuff.
Like, Rachel, we don't know what we're doing.
We're just gonna send her information, and yeah, she'll help us.
Like, help us, please. Help us, please. Okay, episode 1. Get to know Jess. Oh, capitals. I didn't mean to do that. Get to know Jess. That's what I typed. Episode 2. Get to know Lenore. There's nothing to know about me. Do we address?
We should address like how we met, like our friendship over the past couple of years, because what I don't want to have happen is we talk about stuff
Without context?
without context, because we will do it, and then
We do it now.
I know we've already done it. So I think really building those that that foundation there would be really good.
Episode 3, friends. How?
How did they do it?
How did they do it? Episode 4. I guess we can talk about our different entrepreneurship styles.
Yes.
God, you know what we're gonna have to talk about?
What?
Episode 5. The pandemic.
Oh, the pandemic. Yes. Everyone loves when we bring that up.
Yeah, well, you know what? We have no choice.
I think, well, it was trauma that we all went through together, you know?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
it really was a bonding experience.
The trauma bonding.
Trauma bonding. We're here for
funny.
it.
So we're actually, I'd like to experience less of that.
I know.
I'd like to experience less trauma bonding in my life, if possible. That'd be really nice, actually. Yeah. Okay, the 6th. After the pandemic, what do we talk about? Should we talk about the inevitable? CSK? If you know, you know. Actually, everybody will know by then. By the time
everyone will already know by then.
Yeah, I really think that we should get it out mid-season.
Yes. Because we're thinking, what, like 10 episodes a season?
Oh, yeah, 10 episodes a season. Yes, that sounds great. Wait, that means we're already halfway done the planning.
We are.
Then all we got to do is sit down and do it. Oh, damn. That's great. That's great. Okay. CFK. We'll talk about what we can talk about.
Yes.
And maybe we'll get a calendar out so that we can have, we'll do a CSK part 2.
Yeah.
That'll be the 10th and final episode. CSK part 2. And that'll have to air after. Anyway, it doesn't matter when it's going to air.
That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter when it's going to air. Like,
just after.
anyway.
Just know it coming after.
Anyway, it comes after. And then, like 7, 8, and 9, we can talk about whatever we want.
Yeah, we can talk about whatever we want. We can talk about, one of the biggest things I want to talk about is a lot of people don't realize how much, I mean, you kind of understand going into hospitality, but how much customer service you have to do.
Yeah.
And how to respond to things and how to deal with things. And I'm sure we'll talk about it like here and there, but because that part is intense. A lot of people think, oh, you have a bakery, like we're just like throwing flour and sugar up in the air and making pretty cakes. Like, no, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. And also we can always open it up to, our listeners too, if they have any questions or anything, like maybe at the end of each segment we can do listener questions. Cool. Kind of answer some of those. I think that would be cool engagement.
Yeah. And if there's anything else that y'all want us to talk about as well.
Yeah. Let us know what you are interested in, and I also listen to a lot of podcasts about businesses that aren't at all related to mine, but still reflect a lot of the issues that I have to deal with on the day to day, or like little bonding things that I can relate, in places to my business. So I think that's really nice too. So it doesn't have to be like baking related. Sure. It can be, but we're happy to answer baking questions too. If you're struggling to make like cinnamon buns, or you've tried it like 10 different times, and every time this issue comes up, ask that question, and we can talk about that, and we can walk you through what to make sure you're focusing on and all that fun stuff.
Cool. I have it. Baking tips and techniques.
Yeah. I love that.
We don't have our sound mat yet, but you'll hear clickety click, click, click as I gently as I could put that phone down. And that's it.
Yes.
Cool. And that'll be season 1. And then season 2 will happen. And then season 3 will happen. And you don't have to wait years between seasons, friends.
No. We just want to keep these in neat little packages. And obviously the podcast will develop as time goes on to find out what you guys want to hear about and what we want to talk about, and things change.
We'll talk about everything. Oh, and obviously, something that we want to get to eventually. Wait, let's already write this down. Let's talk about season 2. Why not? Why not? I want to interview folks.
Yes.
I feel like that'd be really fun. I feel like it'd be really fun to interview folks. We already have one person who we want to interview.
Yes.
I think. Are we thinking of the same person?
Yes, we are.
And. But
she already gave her consent to be on the show.
But
she's the sweetest.
We're talking about the same person. I already wrote it down, and those are, it's just a cute little Easter egg for y'all.
Yes.
And but But. That's it. Were there any other wild lines? I don't think so. Those are the ones I know for sure.
No. Yeah, those were the ones that we did.
Those are the ones I know for sure. And.
But I saw.
But I saw. I thought I saw. But I see.
Because I saw.
Oh no! Because I saw. That's one. Because I saw. Because I see. Because I saw. You really have to engage your eyebrows.
Yeah.
So you're like melody. Okay, this will be our last tidbit because we're running up against it.
Yep.
Someone was like, "How do you speak louder without sounding angry?" And I am a person that oftentimes sounds angry when I'm not angry at all.
Right.
Apparently, you have to introduce melody.
Oh.
So as you're yelling louder and louder, if you introduce a lot of melody in your voice, you won't sound so mad. The only thing is, in order for me to introduce melody in my voice, my eyebrows go wild.
I feel like I would start singing. Like, are we on a Broadway show?
My mouth shape goes wild. Because how else am I supposed to introduce melody? Thinking high, singing high, eyebrows high. Thinking low, singing low, eyebrows high. There's no opportunity where my eyebrows are just neutral whilst I'm introducing melody into my yelling. People would be like, well, why are you yelling? Kitchens get loud. Mixers get loud.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just is the way that it is.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do about it. It's just sometimes I have to yell. But now I know. Introduce a little melody in your yelling. Welcome to your first day at work. As opposed to, welcome to your first day at work. You're like, why are you mad?
Oh my God.
Why are you mad? But now, welcome to your first day at work. Oh, that's good too. Oh, you know what? And hold back. You can't end on a high note because that means that you're insecure. Yeah. So you have to end.
It's like you're questioning what you're saying. Like whenever you ask a question. I guess us Canadians just naturally talk that way.
Yeah.
Like even when it's not a question, like every time we end a sentence, we lift up.
Yep.
And it's just, but if you increase your volume, that's just going to go higher and higher.
But you can't do that.
Yeah.
So you have to say, welcome to your first day. Because that is authoritative and not questioning.
Right.
And you won't come across as bitchy. As women, bossy, never. Bitchy, always.
Always.
Never
I can't
bossy.
just be existing.
No.
She's just a bitch. She's just rude.
It's like that Parks and Rec. And now I can say the name of the show. We talked about this last time. I couldn't. It's like that Parks and Rec. You're either a boss bitch or a bitch boss.
Yeah.
And you always want to be a boss bitch. You never want to be a bitch boss. But bossy never, bitchy always. You can never win.
And it's so hard to like moderate other people's interpretations or feelings. Like everybody is so different. I can talk one way to one person and then the other person was just like, I didn't appreciate how you spoke to me.
Floods of tears. I feel diminished as a human. How and why?
How
and why? How and why? What did I say?
Well, you asked me to do the dishes and just
get out of here. Get out of here. Respectfully
leave.
Get out of here.
Leave.
I always love that. Even when sometimes I have customers come in and I'll be like mopping the floors. I'm like, don't you have somebody to do that? Yeah.
Me.
I am the someone.
I work here.
I am the someone to mop the floors. What are you talking about? Oh, you think because I run a business, I don't have to mop floors? Baby, when I'm on my hands and my knees scrubbing the back counters, it's to keep my place clean.
You mean you're not just in the back room just rolling in all the buckets of cash that you get from all the customers because you charge exorbitant prices?
Yes.
And yeah.
Boy, oh boy. How are we going to talk about that? Like, we purchased chocolate. Just like you do, I'm sure. Earlier this year, I want to say June, we went to buy chocolate again from our supplier. And like, sometimes I'll be honest, I don't pay a lot of attention to prices because for me, the demand is inelastic.
Yeah.
I need it.
It's
so
not
I'm going to buy it.
That fact.
Yeah. Right? I need it. So I'm going to buy it. But I look at the chocolate and it was like $60 something. And I'm like, I could have sworn this was like sub 50. I could have sworn like like recently. So I went back to May of last year, 48.70 something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, it's been 11 months. So now it's 62, whatever. We go to order chocolate again, just like 2 weeks ago. And I look and I'm like, now I know you're lying because there's no freaking way. $82.69. I'm like, 100%. The price went up 100%. Y'all, I sell my brownies for $2.83 and that will have to change.
Yeah.
That will have to it was already a loss leader.
Yeah.
Ideally, my food cost is like 30% at the max.
It should always be around there, though.
Right? 30% at the max.
Yeah.
I do my best to get it lower when I can, but I'm not going to compromise. I'm not going to compromise ingredients, and that's fine. But,
I know.
like our brownies are literally ganache, like a butter ganache, equal parts butter and chocolate, some eggs, the smallest amount of gluten-free flour, sugar, and that's it. A little bit of vanilla, a little bit of salt. That's it. That's all it is. The flour to butter and chocolate ratio, if
Yeah, because
flour
the
is
most
100,
expensive ingredients you could possibly use is butter,
chocolate. Yep.
and even that sugar. Sugar is just,
Sugar has gone up.
yeah. So every time I have to increase my prices, I'll have customers come in like, you increased your prices again. You just did. And I'm like, I'm not doing this for shits and giggles. I'm doing this because, and it's not like I don't get informed by our suppliers every time prices go up.
Nope.
So unless I'm actually looking at the invoice, which sometimes I get very distracted, I don't have time to compare. It's really honestly sometimes not until my year end that I'm looking at like, oh my gosh,
I've been paying people to eat this.
yeah, I've been literally I should have changed my prices like 5 months ago, 6 months ago.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's very, very, this is like, ooh, I can't even, I was listening. Okay, we really are. Look, this is us.
We're over time.
We're over time. We're coming down. We got to go. I was listening to a podcast. I listen to Armchair Expert and have been actually one of the only podcasts that I listen to all day. I'll listen to 8-9 episodes a day. I listen at 1.3 speed, which I challenge anybody who's going to be listening to this podcast with Jess and I to listen at 1.3
already
speed.
at 1.3. Good luck.
I challenge you to do so. But I was listening and they had, I want to say like Ray Choi on. He's a chef. If you saw a photo of him, you probably recognize him. Oh, you do? Yeah. Great. Okay. He's kind of obscure. I only really started, he's not obscure actually. He's incredibly famous. He was obscure to me until the last couple of years when I started paying attention. And he went through the breakdown of costing for food businesses. And he was like, if you're making a 5% profit as an independent mom and pop food business, you're doing well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, a little louder for the people in the back.
Yeah.
A little louder for the people in the back. Like, why don't you have benefits? Why don't you have this? Why don't you have that? Yeah, bro, because we're making 5% profit if we're doing well. A lot of folks are just breaking even.
Yeah.
And if you get to break even and pay yourself, amazing. If you get to break even and pay yourself.
Even if you just get to break even.
Right?
Like that is just
incredible.
And you should be very proud of yourself.
All these restaurants are out here operating probably at a small loss.
Yeah.
And if you get to pay yourself what you're worth.
What's that like?
You couldn't ask me. I wouldn't know. I work 2 part-time jobs so that I can bring income home to my family.
Yeah.
So that we could potentially maybe buy a house one time. They pay me what I'm worth. I get paid what I'm worth from my other jobs. And arguably I could ask for more money, but like, whatever. I get paid what I believe I'm worth from my other jobs. And if I were to pay myself, I would pay myself minimum wage at this job.
Yeah.
That I own. And I can't even afford to do that because I'm actually focused on paying everybody else.
Yes. Paying everybody else legally has to come first.
Absolutely.
And then if there's any money left over, you're like, should I take this? But what if next month is bad? So you're like, I can't take it.
Let me just reinvest it. It's fine.
So I'm going to reinvest it.
Yeah.
But that'll have to be it for today because we're still going over. But
we'll
talk about all of that.
We'll talk
this
about
is
it.
why we do have to be a little more organized. Or else
I don't know. I don't feel like organization would help, but all of these things and more yet to come on this premiere season of Bakes in a Box, the podcast. We don't have a theme song yet.
We got to work on a jingle, yes.
But I'll show you off air some cool things that I've been tinkering with on GarageBand.
That's very exciting. Yay,
It's very exciting.
GarageBand.
Thank you, Apple.
Episode has not been sponsored by GarageBand or Vocaster, but
yeah. If you would like to sponsor us, please feel free to email us, bakesinaboxpod@gmail.com. That's bakesinaboxpod@gmail.com. From the makers of Lejo Bakes and the Cake Box. Thank you for joining us, and good night.
Good night.
Press a button.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Bakes in a Box.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Have any questions or want us to talk about a specific topic, baking, business, or life? Send us an email at bakesinaboxpod@gmail.com.
Find these details and more in today's show notes.